Welcome back to the White Noise Podcast. I'm Ethan, joined by Gangster Baby,
Hello.
and as always, Jacob behind the glass.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
What?
Gavin just showed me a picture of his penis.
I did not,
Whoa.
but it was close.
What the heck was that?
How'd you get that on a
Why
photo?
Why did you first think that was a penis?
Because it was a close-up, wet little thing.
Okay.
Let's change the subject. It wasn't a penis, but I promise.
Well, what was it?
It was my tongue.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how you managed to mix those up.
It just looked eerily similar.
In your experience?
The weather has been crazy here in Arizona.
It's hot.
It's hot.
115.
Yep. But in other news, I needed to buy new shoes today before I went to work because my other shoes fell apart yesterday.
Nice.
What'd you do to them?
Well, the bottom came off. My work shoes.
How long have you had them?
3 years.
Oh, okay. I guess that's reasonable.
So I was like, crap, I got to go get shoes. And I get in my car, and I was like, crap, I have to get gas. Get gas. It's like $60. Go get shoes. It's $90.
Jeez.
Can't you just get a pair from here?
Technically, yeah.
You want me to wear the shoes?
The dress shoes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I could have.
Yeah.
Where would I get the shoes, though, between now or between this morning and when I had to work?
Tempe location.
Oh, so I'm going to drive all the way to the Tempe location after I just filled up my gas.
Mm-hmm.
And okay.
It'd be cheaper.
When I needed new shoes anyway, I'm not going to take shoes out of stock
How would they know?
because we
Theft.
keep track of our inventory.
One pair of shoes.
Yeah.
One pair of shoes.
Kevin, shut up. I'm not even finished my story. And then on my way to work, low air pressure, check my tires. There's a nail in it. Have to take it to Discount Tire, buy new tires.
It's just everything going wrong.
Yeah. So before 11 o'clock this morning, I spent like $550 on tires, shoes, gas. It was fun.
And then another 500 on lunch.
Ha 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 ha. No, I brought my lunch today.
Oh, well, that's good.
It is good. It was good. It was chicken.
You pinching pennies.
Exactly. And then I had a quesadilla for dinner because, money.
It'd be like that.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's cheese it. Pizza. Welcome back. And we're back. There we go. That's what it is. And we're back, Gavin. And
We are back.
right now, Gavin is currently watching one of the best shows of all time, the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series on Netflix. How's it been going for you, Gav?
It's been going pretty good. It's not a bad show.
Yeah, it's a great show,
Is that
actually.
the one with Drake Bell?
No.
Oh, that's the best one.
It's
How dare you.
It's the same guy that plays Hercules.
Never mind. That's the best one.
The same guy that plays Hercules in the Disney movie. It's the same guy that voices Peter in the show.
Yeah, it's great.
Pretty rad.
Spectacular Spider-Man is my favorite Spider-Man adaptation.
It's the best Peter, yeah. The villains suck.
Gavin doesn't like the villains.
What villains are in there?
All of them. Fuck,
Oh, they're
almost
just
all
bad?
of them. They just suck.
Gavin's just very biased when it comes to Spider-Man.
You're just reminded that these villains are definitely street level is all. Just of how
Like street
dumb they
level
are.
Green Goblin or what?
Pretty much.
He just gets
How?
mad that Spider-Man doesn't die. That's because he's so biased.
Dude,
with his hate
Spider-Man
towards Spider-Man.
no diffs every fucking villain in the show. The formula is that Spider-Man goes, damn, who's this guy? And then beats him.
Oh.
It's usually over like a 2-day process.
It came out in 2008.
Yep. And it was canceled wrongfully.
Why? Canceled in...
Why was it canceled?
Because Disney acquired the television rights to Spider-Man.
2 seasons.
So why is it on Netflix?
Because Spectacular Spider-Man is not Disney.
Oh.
That's
Why doesn't Sony have their own streaming service? Don't they technically own Spider-Man?
They do.
So weird. You think of all the Spider-Man shit. You can. Wait a minute. Doesn't Disney have the old Spider-Man shows though?
Which ones?
Like the ones from like the 60s?
I have no idea. The 60s?
Yeah,
I don't
those
know.
old-ass
I don't
cartoons?
have Disney Plus. I don't know. They have, like, Ultimate Spider-Man. They have
Yeah.
Disney's Spider-Man. That's
They got
all
at
on
least
Disney
like
Plus.
6 Spider-Man shows there.
Yeah, because they always reboot them. Leads us to our next thing. Spider-Man Freshman Year is an animated series coming to Disney Plus, where it is MCU canon, a prequel to, you know, Spider-Man getting his powers and all that stuff.
Oh, cool. Now we'll get to see Uncle Ben.
So, I I doubt it.
If this is before he got his
But
powers?
I doubt it because of the way they've established everything to this point. But that's Tom Holland was supposed to voice the character, but now he's not. So that's up in the air for some reason, from what I've researched.
This is MCU?
Yeah,
Like
it's just an
canon?
animated series, yeah, about Tom Holland Spider-Man before or during the early days of Spider-Man.
Like Tom Holland.
Tom Holland,
But it's
Peter
not Tom
Parker.
Holland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But now somebody else is voicing him.
Yes.
But it's the same Spider-Man who Iron Man recruited.
Yep. So
Interesting.
weird. It's called Spider-Man Freshman Year. That's what it's called.
They got weird names.
What is
Disney.
with? Yeah, I was saying.
Far From Home, No Way Home, Homecoming? Like, you're not clever, Disney. Come on.
Yeah, Disney. John Watts. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
In better news, the Spider-Man trilogy is coming to Netflix. So, August 1st, I think. And it's going to be a very, very good August 1st. So, I already have all the Spider-Man movies on DVD. Whenever I want to watch it, that means I have to put it in
Naturally.
Mm-hmm.
and watch it. And that's just too much work. I do have Spider-Man 2 purchased on Amazon, though. So, if I ever want to watch Spider-Man 2, it's there for me.
That's like the only one really worth watching. If I'm
I
going out of
disagree.
my.
I disagree. I think Spider-Man 3 is, while it's the worst of the 3, it is the most fun to watch.
I feel like I'd only watch it if there was really nothing else on.
Wow.
I wouldn't actively seek out Spider-Man 3
Your opinion on Spider-Man doesn't matter anyway, so.
or Spider-Man 1. But though I will say I liked Green Goblin in that one.
You liked Green Goblin in Spider-Man 1?
Yeah. Honestly, if it wasn't for Willem Dafoe, I feel like that movie would have fucking tanked.
Really?
Oh yeah. I think if it wasn't for Willem Dafoe, that movie would have fucking tanked.
In The Boys, Homelander does a, like, Willem Dafoe mirror scene.
Does he? Oh yeah, I've seen that.
So, in season 3. It was cool. I noticed it right away. I was like, this is just like Willem Dafoe. Look at it. Look at that. Paying homage to one of the greatest TV villains ever. Superhero villains ever.
Was that paying homage or was that just him going crazy?
I mean, they did it exactly like Willem Dafoe in Spider-Man.
Inspired by?
Paying homage,
I
inspired by
thought
it.
he was just talking into the mirror.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
In season 3?
Yes.
You saw him going crazy.
Yes.
You saw him. It was like talking to another person.
Yeah.
What does that describe, Gavin?
Fucking Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight does that?
Okay. Oh.
What, you think Green Goblin was the
Oh.
first person to ever do that?
The way it was set up was just like Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin in the Spider-Man movie. That whole scene. Oh my gosh. Not just he's just talking to a different persona of himself. No, it's more than that.
Right.
But you didn't watch it, so you don't.
I did
have an
watch
opinion. No, you didn't watch it.
Jeez.
Clearly not. All right, Superman returns. Or does he? Apparently, there's news up in the air of Henry Cavill returning as Superman. He's speaking at whatever DC event they're having for Comic-Con, I think, coming up here.
Yeah, it's for the Shazam. Or
Yeah.
Black Adam.
So there's speculation that, it might just be a small cameo in Black Adam. But then, the diehard fans, shout out Joe,
Contract renewal.
are getting maybe overly hyped for Man of Steel 2
Let's go.
this late in the game.
We're what? 10 years? 10 years later? I think it's
2013.
2012. Was it
Yeah,
2013 or 2012?
2013. Yeah, so maybe we'll see Superman, Henry Cavill, return to the big screen.
Let's go.
Nice.
He was in Snyder Cut Justice League, but before that that was actually filmed in like 2016. So that's the last time he was actually Superman.
But he was barely in it though.
I
Wasn't
know. Yeah.
Like the last part. Spoiler. But
But yeah, so that should be exciting. Be on the lookout for that. And while we're on the topic of comic books, if you can cast any actor as a comic book character, who would you cast? Or who would you choose to play who?
I don't know.
Do you have
I didn't
anybody
come
in
prepared.
mind?
I always thought that Bryan Cranston would make a great Norman Osborn Green Goblin.
But that's already been done, like, really well.
By Willem
Twice.
Dafoe. Yeah.
But I could see it. I think
I've always
I
thought
think
that for a
Bryan
while.
Cranston could get a shot at a lot of different villains.
I've also thought Bryan Cranston can make a good Stan Lee too, like in a Stan Lee movie.
That'd be cool. I just don't know a lot of comic book characters that aren't in movies.
That haven't been done yet.
If you had asked me this before
Well-
Multiverse of Madness, I would have said Krasinski for
Well, yeah,
Reed
it's
Richards,
everyone's
but-
big thing. But when I think for the Fantastic Four movie that they're doing, he's not going to be Reed Richards. It was just something they did as like a cameo for the fans.
Why?
I don't know.
He's so cool though.
But another thing with season 3 of The Boys coming out, people are like, "Oh, Carl Urban as Wolverine,"
That'd be cool.
and I'm like, "Yeah, but it's just the same thing as Hugh Jackman as Wolverine."
Carl
Like-
Urban, wasn't that
That's Butcher.
yeah.
I mean, those are good, like, recasts, I
Yeah,
guess,
like they're
but
good recasts, but if you want to, he'll never. I don't
Be
think he'll
Hugh
never be Hugh
Jackman's
Jackman.
Wolverine.
So why don't you try to make it a little bit different?
Or just do a different
Why don't you
hero.
cast like a 5'4" hairy guy as Wolverine?
5'4"
I was gonna say-
hairy guy.
Wolverine is supposed to be short.
Exactly. Hugh Jackman's like 6'2".
So hot. What?
What?
Speaking of Hugh Jackman, I watched Real Steel the other day.
Let's go.
That's a good movie.
I think they're making a number 2.
I haven't
They are
seen that
making
in
it
so
too.
long.
Please watch fucking Real yeah, please watch Real Steel. Please watch Pacific Rim.
Who?
I'm like begging you.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh,
Is it on HBO Max?
I have no idea. It might be.
Then I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay.
before Ben Affleck was Batman, I thought John Hamm would be a good Batman.
John Hamm.
It is on HBO Max.
Oh, cool.
Um,
John Hamm. I don't know. I don't know if I could
can't
see
think
that
of
one.
any actors right off the bat. I think Chris Evans would be a good Captain America.
I think so.
Yeah, that's a good one. There.
I want to see. Honestly, like when it came to like Moon Knight, I had no idea. But Oscar Isaac, fucking, I can't see anybody else playing Moon Knight now.
It's crazy because
Oscar Isaac.
a year before the show came out, when I said, "Hey, Gavin, Oscar Isaac's gonna be Moon Knight," you're like, I don't know, I can't see it."
All I had seen him in though was Star Wars, so I was just like, he wasn't bad in Star Wars, but I'm like, I don't know how he's gonna fucking do that, like a complete 180.
Yeah.
Which
And
he
you
did.
And then you saw Ex Machina before you saw Moon Knight.
True, and then that's what made me a lot more hopeful for that, because I was like, holy shit, this guy actually is really good, and
What
stellar performance.
Who was the guy that's supposed to play Gambit?
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Is that, I don't think that's a good cast.
It was officially canceled. I think we talked about it.
We
Didn't
did.
we? Yeah, we did. It
It's
was
like one of our
canceled
early
and then-
episodes.
Channing Tatum, huh?
Yeah. It's like
That's not
it
a
was
good cast.
officially canceled.
My favorite X-Men would have to be Nightcrawler. I know they already did him in one of the other X-Men.
They've done it a couple times.
Warner Brothers?
They did
would
him
be
in,
like if
they
we
did
were
him in X-Men 2, and then they did him in First Class.
If we were to do like an
No.
official
one.
MCU introduction, who would play my Nightcrawler, do you think? Who would be a good one to
I
play?
think anyone can play it just because of how much like makeup and CGI is going to be on it. I can't think. of
Andy
anyone.
Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
I think he's too old. Just a little too old.
Wow.
Old Nightcrawler.
Old Night.
Okay, I guess.
You've convinced me.
You've convinced me.
I'm okay with it. His motion capture work is pretty damn good, so for playing non-human characters, damn, he's really good at that.
NPCs?
Pretty much.
Non-human.
I think Ezra Miller would play a good Nightcrawler.
Is that who played the original Nightcrawler?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I thought you were making a joke.
You don't know who Ezra Miller is?
He's the
Flash?
Flash, the guy that's causing mayhem all over Hawaii or something.
Currently?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's on the run.
I am out of the loop for
Um,
doing deviant acts.
He's doing something.
assaulted a bunch of people.
Oh yeah, that's deviant acts.
Allegedly.
Daniel Radcliffe is Wolverine.
Fucking what?
Daniel
Just looking at fan casts now.
No, I looked up young actors to try to find a
All right. Okay.
Nightcrawler one.
What if I just list off an actor? And you have to name a superhero that they could play.
Okay, go.
All right.
Chris Evans. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
hate you.
Fuck, no, I don't think I get this far.
I hate you so much. Okay, how about I do it since I have a list of actors
Let's
pulled
do
up.
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
Who does she play?
That's
Go.
so hard to choose. That's just.
Adam Sandler. Fine, we'll do Adam Sandler.
I want to see Adam Sandler as the Riddler.
I don't.
Adam Sandler is Kingpin.
I think the fuck. I think after
Like
this
very
last,
New York Kingpin.
this last Riddler we got, I think was like peak. I don't think we'll ever get a better Riddler than what we just got.
This guy over here.
Did you not like the Riddler? In
I thought it was good, but I feel like it was a certain interpretation of the Riddler when there's still so many other ways you can go with it.
I mean, we got edgy and we got goofy, and I think goofy just did not work.
Okay, but I think there's other ways to do it
Like what?
to where you're true to like the comic book character.
That would have been the Jim Carrey version.
Okay, but
You're telling me
You're
Jim
putting-
Carrey is the lesser of the Riddlers?
Yes.
it's the same thing of Heath Ledger's Joker. Heath Ledger did so great as a Joker, this chaotic, insane character, that every Joker since Heath Ledger has tried to be, okay, who can be crazier? Like, the way to be the Joker is just to be this crazy maniac. And it's just like, okay, well, Heath Ledger made the Joker into that. He interpreted it that way. Why don't we try to make the Joker something different? That's not that.
Okay.
So it's the same thing with what you're saying with the Riddler. Like, oh, I don't think we'll ever get a Riddler like this. It's like, well, there's other interpretations you can do.
I still think Zach Galifianakis is my favorite Joker. The Batman, the Lego Batman movie. Zach Galifianakis. What superhero is he?
Wolverine.
That's a good one. I can see it.
He's shortish and hairy. That's what you want. That's what you asked for.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Not counting Fantastic, Miles Teller. Who do you think he would be a good one?
Not counting Fantastic.
Because that movie doesn't count.
I can see him playing.
I could see him being a Ghost Rider.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's the one that wanted to be Ghost Rider? Ryan Gosling. That was like the rumors that he met with Marvel about like a possible role, and everyone's putting him. I think he said he wants to play Ghost Rider, something like that. And I don't know. I don't know if I can see it. Damn, there's a lot of Marvel characters. Miles Teller can play a good.
I don't know enough characters to
Yeah.
be rolling it out.
Miles Teller can play a good Alexander Lexington.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know, but that kind of looks like Miles Teller, don't it?
Who's Alexander Lexington?
I don't know, some character. Let me read up on him.
Do some research.
Alexander Lexington served in the military. He kept his mutant powers a secret. While he was a skilled soldier, he also had a long disciplinary record. I don't know. It's just some side.
Does he have like
Okay.
a name, or is his name just Alexander Lexington?
His name is Alexander Lexington.
Probably not a superhero then.
Probably not.
What's his
But he's a
name?
Marvel character. All right. Well, with that, let's get into the movie review. All right, let's get down to it then. We watched When Harry Met Sally. And When Harry Met Sally is a rom-com from 1989 with Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. And it is about college graduates Harry Burns and Sally Albright. They share a contentious car ride from Chicago to New York, during which they argue about whether men and women can ever truly be strictly platonic friends. 10 years later, Harry and Sally meet again at a bookstore and in the company of their respective best friends, Jess, played by Bruno Kirby, and Marie, played by Carrie Fisher, attempt to stay friends without sex becoming an issue between them.
You know, throughout the movie, they definitely prove Billy Crystal was right.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I think it's universally right.
You do.
There might, and obviously every rule has an exception. There's always going to be exceptions, but 99% of the time, I don't think Billy Crystal saying men and women can ever truly be strictly platonic friends is true. Or I think that is true. That makes sense?
Yes.
I'm just reiterating what Gavin said. Billy Crystal is right.
Yes. Well, he said in the movie they showed that he was right.
Yeah. And
Well, because they end up getting together. But
Yeah.
she was like, no, that's not true. And they become friends, but then Billy Crystal obviously always wanted to become more.
Mm-hmm.
that's not true. He didn't always want that. He even
From
said
the
it.
fucking beginning.
He told Jess, his friend Jess, saying like, "Oh, like I have no feelings for her. I don't find her attractive. Like I think she is attractive, but I'm not attracted to her. I can tell her anything." Like, and he says like embarrassing stuff that he can tell her. And he's like, "Oh, you told her? You can tell her?" I was like, "Yeah, because like I don't
I
care."
made a girl meow.
So then,
You made a girl meow. And then after all that, you made a girl meow. I don't know. I feel like from the get-go, it was just him playing it off, but he always wanted. That's why he pursued her the most.
I don't think that was the case at the point where they were friends, where they were their friendship. I don't think that was the case where he wanted to get with her, because he was going on dates. He was still hung up about his ex-wife. Why are you making that face?
I don't know.
We did not watch the same movie then.
We did.
They were friends until they weren't. That was the whole thing. It's not like during their entire friendship, he's like, "Oh, I want to get with her."
I think it was one of those things where he wanted something more, but he didn't want to jeopardize the friendship.
I don't think so. Don't think that's the case, Gavin. You watched a totally different movie. I watched it twice. You watched it none.
I watched it once.
Nuns. Yeah, guys, I watched When Harry Met Sally twice.
You guys both agree then?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Both agree what? Oh, that men and women can't be friends?
Yeah.
I don't believe. I definitely don't think it's more of a 99% of the time. I'd say it's more like probably 60% of the time.
So you don't agree then?
No. Not
You-
as
so-
much as Ethan does.
A single man and a single woman in their own friendship means you hang out with them one-on-one, not in groups, just you and her one-on-one as a friendship on a regular basis.
I've done that before, yeah.
Nope.
I mean, maybe, I guess if she wanted to, I never wanted to.
We'll talk more about this off air.
So, I mean, I've been friends with fucking girls before.
Okay.
I've never,
We all have been friends with a girl. Are you?
I wasn't trying to sleep with them, though. That wasn't my goal
If
for
they
hanging
said,
out with them.
Gavin, let's sleep together.
See,
There
it
you
is.
go.
When you Gavin
Okay.
made his signature face again.
Okay, but
So
I mean,
that's the whole
Crystal's
point, though.
Yeah, but no. His whole point was that the man's gonna want to get into the pants. That's the whole reason he's hanging out with her. Because she's like, well, I haven't wanted to, but he's like, well, but they wanted to have sex with you. That's why they're hanging out with you. That's why they're pursuing you.
That's the same thing of like, okay, you're hanging out with this person and then they make the first move. You go with it because you're like, oh, yeah,
Let's
I do
go.
want exactly. So Gavin and I agree. Anyways, what did you think about the movie itself?
I thought the movie was really good.
I thought it
Hilarious.
was really great.
Rating?
No, I was just kidding. It's my favorite rom-com.
Mhm.
It's probably
Better than
I need
Encanto.
yeah, definitely. I need to make a proper list of all my favorite movies, but it's probably in my favorite movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like top, I don't want to say top 10, but probably top 20.
You have a top 20 list?
I have a lot of favorite movies, Gavin.
Okay.
You know what? Fine, top 10, whatever. Gosh.
Well, no, I don't think I could name my top 20. I didn't think I could. I don't even know if I could name my top 10. They change all the time.
That's why it's hard to say. As of right now,
Happy Gilmore somewhere in there
you know,
for me.
yeah. See, that's why the list has to be so big, you know?
Maybe top
just-
100.
Because like Happy Gilmore, and then there's other
I feel
other
like
movies that you can't compare to Happy Gilmore, and it's just
I could
depends
probably
on
do like
the
a top
category.
5, but after that, I'd just be listing movies that I just like.
Yeah.
Exactly. When Harry Met Sally is my favorite rom-com, which if it's number one in the rom-com category, it has to be in the number one of like favorites of all time, like in that list.
Okay.
But I thought it was very elegantly done, and for some reason I noticed the cinematography a lot and just how simple and smooth it was throughout the entire movie. Just the simple pans, the simple movements of the camera. It was. It made me want to watch it a second time, and I did.
What do you think about the scene where they both Harry and Sally? I don't know why I keep calling them by their actors' names. When Harry and Sally sleep with each other and then they call their friends the next morning.
That was awesome. It's
I
another
love
thing
that
with the
scene. That
editing.
scene was
Yeah,
funny.
the editing was great because there was a lot of those like side by side shots, but when they're talking to one another on the phone and just it comes back to the writing and how the dialogue is written. I thought the dialogue was written so well in this movie.
Oh yeah,
and that scene really shows how well it was written. Just how 4 people are talking at the same time, but you're able to understand what's going on and who's saying what. And like when Carrie Fisher's character invites, "Oh, you want to come over for breakfast?" and they say it at like the same time.
No.
It's like no,
Good.
it's like oh good. Well, not good. Well, you need to go do this.
yeah. For a movie that was 95% just dialogue, I was expecting it to get stale at some point, but
It was
good the whole time.
It was great. Dialogue is really hard to keep entertaining and to do correctly. It is in art form, and it knocked it out of the park. And Billy Crystal, I finally see him as someone other than Mike Wazowski.
No, all I could think of was Mike Wazowski. In fact, I was quoting him today at work, but we'll get into that later.
Oh. Static preview.
Anyway, what would you rate it?
I think I wrote it. I think I rated it a 96 after my first time, but a 97 after my second time.
Oh.
So this is like one of the. I think there's only been one other movie.
No, I did. I looked at the list. I think I couldn't find one where I rated it 95, but other than that, my highest has been like 91 or 90.
I was gonna say
Encanto,
since
yeah.
Encanto, that's what I'm trying to like. The movies that you've ranked.
Encanto, when you wrote it down, Encanto was a 90. Okay, so I don't know what everyone is saying about it being higher than Encanto.
So it's like
pretty good.
this is like what, the second or third movie that you ranked
This is
higher?
my
Second, I think.
Next to the Willem Dafoe movie
Upgrade.
and then Upgrade.
Upgrade was 90. Looking back, I'd probably move it down to an 85. But
What, Upgrade?
yeah,
Okay. So then never mind. There's only 2 then.
but it was really. Nah, When Harry Met Sally is great.
I'd have to give this movie an 87. I'm gonna give it an 87. Not my favorite rom-com, but it was definitely up there.
I just liked it for its simplicity, its elegance. It was just overall well done. Like I only audibly laughed out loud one time, and it was during the diner scene when Meg Ryan's,
Yep, I think everybody knows.
she is showing Harry that women, when they fake an orgasm, men can't tell the difference. And Harry's like, "Oh, I think I can tell. Like, I'd be able to tell." So then she pretends right there in the middle of the diner, and everyone like kind of looks at her. And then when she's done, there's like an old lady in the corner talking to the waitress, like, "I'll have what she's having." And it caught me off guard, and it was great.
I liked her
Funny.
reasoning to it though. She's like, all men think they could tell, but nobody swears it's been done to them. But yet all women have done it at least once. You do the math. I thought that was pretty nice.
Yep.
I'm a humble man, so.
So, 10 out of 10 movie, or I guess 9.7 out of 10 movie.
Math.
I'd give it 100 though if I could.
Oh
but-
my god.
I mean, you can.
No, I have a rule where I can't give any movie 100%. So
We'll check in next week to see what you lower this movie to.
no, it's gonna be 97 because I watched it Friday, and then I watched it again Sunday. So watched it twice, and it's been a while since I've watched it. When I watched Encanto, I literally watched it the day we talked about it. So there has been some time,
So on the topic of rom,
and I've still only seen Encanto once. Yes, on the topic of rom-coms, Just Friends is up there too.
That's the only one I can think of. Like,
The Proposal, Ryan
oh,
Reynolds.
okay. Yeah, okay.
just Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds.
Reynolds is just a god tier rom com guy. Those are two of the best ones.
I don't think I've seen any of those.
When I think of rom com, I just think of Just Friends.
Just Friends, yeah. It's a good movie. It's also Christmas themed, so you can watch it around Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Or whenever you feel like
Quick
it.
question: is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Yep.
It's not? Oh, you're shaking your head. I thought you would agree yes.
No, it just takes place during Christmas, but I wouldn't say it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. It takes place during
Anyway,
Christmas.
continue what you were saying.
I think that's a Christmas movie. It takes place during Christmas.
Any movie that takes place during Christmas is a Christmas
I
movie.
don't think so.
Wow. Are we going to do a
So Spider-Man is
impromptu The Right, the Wrong, and the Ugly?
Spider-Man is fucking a Thanksgiving movie?
Yeah, it is.
Yep. No, it's
I've
not.
made that argument
No, it
before.
isn't.
On my Spider-Man meme account, I've made that argument that Spider-Man 1 is a Thanksgiving movie.
No.
Even though that's a little bit more jokingly,
I mean,
because it's one scene of a movie that takes place over the span of, 8 months? Die Hard takes place one night on Christmas Eve. So
No.
Sounds like a Christmas movie.
sounds like a Christmas movie.
How?
Both
I
John
don't think
McClane,
so.
both John McClane and Santa were working that night.
What other movie takes place during Christmas that you would consider not a Christmas movie? Exactly. There are none. Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
I don't watch Christmas movies. I don't know.
You don't watch Christmas movies? What are you?
So did you watch Die Hard?
The Grinch?
I have seen The Grinch like 7 years ago.
Oh, okay.
That's a Christmas movie. You lied.
That one's about Christmas. So yes, that one is a
It's
Christmas.
actually about the Grinch who stole Christmas.
It's about Christmas. It's literally the whole focal
Grinch,
point of the fucking movie.
It's about the Grinch who stole Christmas.
Christmas is in the subtitle.
Yeah. Die Hard,
How about I do this?
not about Christmas. It just takes place during Christmas.
Well, I'm going to...
I would say Die Hard's more of an action
We'll
movie.
put it in the poll. Yeah, a Christmas action movie.
No, it's not. It's
Like
just
Paul Blart.
It
Look at this.
just takes place.
This is the
during
synopsis for the first Die Hard movie. New York City policeman John McClane
Yes,
is
sir.
visiting his estranged wife and 2 daughters on Christmas Eve.
It takes place during Christmas Eve, yes.
He joins her at a holiday party in the headquarters of Japanese-owned business she works for. But the festivities are interrupted by a group of terrorists who take over the exclusive high-rise and everyone in it. Very soon, McClane realizes that there's no one to save the hostages but him.
Damn, they did. They stole this from fucking Mall Cop, dude.
Yeah, I know.
shit.
Mall Cop is also a Christmas movie.
Well, that one's a lot more centered around Christmas. So yes, I would argue that is a Christmas
Is
movie.
it? I feel like they're equally centered around Christmas.
The whole fucking thing was him trying to find someone to spend like the rest of his life with, and they're like, "Oh, well, Christmas is coming up, and you're by yourself."
Actually, it was on Black Friday. I would say Die Hard is more of a Christmas movie than Mall Cop.
That's true. It wasn't exactly during Christmas.
It was more Thanksgiving
well,
since it was
the
right
people
there.
were all the criminals were named after the reindeer,
Okay.
so there was a lot more Christmas theme.
Now, you remember a lot about Paul Blart.
Yes,
I would have
sir.
never remembered that.
I've seen that movie one time, but it's stuck
Have
in
you
my
really?
mind. It was like when it was in theaters.
I've seen that movie so many times.
No, I've seen like maybe clips, but I have not sat down and watched that movie since
Wow.
theaters.
That's impressive, actually.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It's
We'll
an
do
unforgettable
we'll do a
movie.
poll and you'll lose, so it's fine. Alan Rickman's in it, so
True. What does that have to do with it being a Christmas movie?
he's the Christmas king.
Is he?
Yeah.
What other Christmas movies was he in?
He's Die Hard, that's one.
That
You said what other Christmas movies is he in?
Oh,
Ooh.
Because you said Christmas King.
Ooh.
Exquisite. You said Christmas
Exquisite.
King. What
Look
Christmas
at that.
movies was he
Gavin, look at that. You contradicted yourself. We
in?
just
What
broke you
movies
in
was
this
he in?
interrogation.
I have yet to hear you answer my question.
It was
Because he wasn't in any.
It was a trap, and I trapped you, and I win. All right.
traps.
Be sure to tune in next week where we review the Gavin,
Gavin.
the movie that inspired me and Gavin to make the White Noise podcast, even though we've never seen it, Brokeback Mountain.
Woo!
All right, let's get into the static.
You went over that quickly. Hold on, wait.
Welcome to the static.
All right, so we're just gonna brush past that. Hold on. That inspired us, even though we've never watched it. It's quite the inspiration there.
I can't wait for next week's movie review.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little awkward. It's got Heath Ledger in it.
Can't wait for the memes to come out.
Jake Gyllenhaal's in that movie too, right?
Wait, did you post the Wolverine meme? Either?
No.
Oh, wow.
Don't fucking post that.
I think I kind of want to.
Why?
I'll be Heath Ledger. You can be Jake Gyllenhaal.
No. I'll be.
The mountain?
No. Yeah, I'll be the Mountain.
From Game of Thrones.
Yes.
We're in the static.
Okay, we're in the static. I'm gonna Photoshop our faces on for the movie poster and post it. Okay. Anyways, I just thought of the Wolverine.
Compose
thing
yourself,
again.
damn it.
Speaking of weekend activities,
Oh, shut up. Weekend activities. What did you guys do this weekend?
I went up into the forest, deep in the wilderness,
Went to the mountains.
to the mountain
Yeah.
with my girlfriend and 2 dudes.
And 2 dudes.
Was it a fishing trip?
No, it was a wilderness explorers trip. Caw, caw, rawr.
Yeah, we got some heavy storms this weekend in our area, and
I didn't get shit.
you're a liar.
I didn't get shit.
What do you mean you didn't get shit?
I didn't get. There was no fucking rain recently. All I could see was like lightning in the clouds. I didn't get shit for me.
That
It's depressing.
doesn't make any sense because I live like 2 miles down the street.
I
and
know,
got rain.
right? Because
What?
when I work out at my friend Anthony's house, shout out to Anthony, storming like fucking shit over there.
So you
Drive
were
back,
just,
it is
you were just
dry.
in the eye of the storm, I guess.
Literally, the next time it's raining, come to my house.
Is it every time?
Nah, maybe.
What do you do?
I'd say like
Is it
80,
every
90.
time?
I'd
That's
say
an
like,
anomaly,
I'd
Gavin.
say like 90% of the time.
say every
we
time.
never
You
get
just
rain.
live in a rift of reality.
Wait. Are you?
Either that
Do
or
you
ma-
look outside or do you check inside the house? when it's
I'm
raining?
outside.
Oh, okay.
And then maybe like it'll rain for like 20 seconds at 4 in the morning, but that's it.
Okay. Well, I was home alone this weekend, and it was stormy. And me being all silly, I was watching. I was watching scary stories on YouTube, and I found a new scary story guy. And it's more like true crime stuff. And the killer is always someone you know, which is very off-putting.
Actually, statistically, yes.
Yeah, I
the
know.
killer is almost always someone you know.
Anyways, so I'm just chilling, and suddenly I hear a noise I can only describe. And I know it was in my head because I'm watching scary stories. It's stormy. I'm home alone. Of course, my head's going to play games on me. But the noise I heard was like wet Crocs walking down the hallway.
That's very specific.
It was, exactly. So imagine my
Maybe it was the hash slinging slasher.
Could have
the
been.
plunger sounds
been.
from the fucking roof.
So then I poke my head out. I poke my head outside the room and I look down the hallway. I poke my head outside the room and I look down the hallway, and obviously I don't see anything. And then I try to listen more. I'm like, oh, it's just Kylo, Jacob's husky, drinking from the water bowl, like her collar hitting against the metal bowl, right? So I walk further down the hallway
Or so he thought.
into that room, and there's no dog licking on the water bowl. And Kylo's actually in Jacob's room under the bed. So I was like, what the heck is this noise?
That's where she usually sleeps. It's like a little cave for her.
So, that noise freaked me out. So I just went to Wendy's.
Just disregard. Okay, I'm out.
I wish there was one closer to us. It's not close enough to where it's convenient for me.
You're just so picky with distance. You'll drive to Winco, like 15
Well,
minutes
I
away,
bowl my-
but you won't go to Wendy's. That's like
I'll buy my
8
shit,
minutes away.
I'll buy my shit in bulk. I'm not driving 8 minutes for a fast food burger. I'm not doing that. That's stupid.
I get their nuggets.
Just fast food in general. Like if I'm going to like in this area, like 2-minute drive max. Maybe if I'm feeling spicy, I'll go to like Taco Bell for the extra minute.
You mean Taco Bell for the extra minute? It's right there.
Yeah, it's like an extra minute.
So you're only talking about McDonald's or Jack in the Box then, if it's in the area.
Yes.
Oh
I think there has been one time that I went to Pizza Hut.
Which is just down the street.
Yeah, like an extra minute.
Oh my gosh.
Never have I ever actually. I haven't. That's why I've never the last time we were at your apartment.
Yeah,
We
can
got
you
Wendy's?
get closer to the mic, please?
Is this big? Is it good enough? Remember when we got Wendy's at your apartment?
Yeah,
That was the last time I've had Wendy's.
that was like a year and a half ago.
Exactly. And before that, I can't even tell you.
I like Wendy's. That Wendy's is... No, I think that Wendy's wasn't even close to your terms to my apartment.
Probably not.
Gosh.
Have we done a fast food tier list?
We did a burger
Yeah.
tier list.
Not
But I
fast
think
food
we've
in
done like
general.
overall.
Okay.
I think
We could do chicken.
It's just a brief.
I think Wendy's
Side.
is S tier, but
Oh yeah, I agree. Their Baconators also. Mwah.
$5 biggie.
it's
bag.
S tier, but you won't drive the extra couple minutes to go get it.
No, I'm also on a diet. Can't do it.
A tier.
And I'm broke.
Back Mountain.
Zach, I don't think they had Wendy's up there.
Okay. Well, what'd you do this weekend? You alluded to earlier in the episode.
What did I say?
About work.
Something about work. with
Oh,
Mike
about
Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski. Okay. So I just hate kids.
Oh.
So this afternoon at work, I'm like working, yada yada yada. Usual.
Just hate kids.
And I mean, so first of all, this kid legit scared the shit out of me because I could not have foreseen this happening. I'm cleaning a table, and when we have salads, we have these pepper mills, the fucking big ass ones. This kid, somebody left one on a table, I guess. So this kid runs up to the table I'm cleaning, picks it up, and just, you know that fucking guy, that kid from the Wild Thornberries?
Nope.
The one that fucking, like the fucking caveman one? Yeah, that one. He comes up to me, does that shit,
Oh, that
like
kid?
gibberish,
That
yeah.
kid does it?
And then just like slams the peppermill on the table hard as shit. Like everybody like looked around because it was just that loud. And then I see his dad just yank him from across the chair, like the table. And I just like sat there and I just stared at the dad and I was like, what the fuck was that? So yeah, that was a random encounter. No idea. And then of course you have the other. It's never a normal day if you don't at least hear 2 or 3 kids just screaming.
So
And so all I could think of was like, put that thing back where it
okay,
came
yeah,
from.
I was like,
So
well, how does this relate to Michael's ask? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Huh, I like how you started out with, so I hate kids.
I do.
I have a very low patience when it comes to kids.
That was just like, that was out of nowhere. I was just cleaning my table, minding my own business. This kid, it was like peppermill. Boom.
It's kind of funny.
Or
I was like bewildered. I just stared at the kid, giving him like this wide-eyed, like deer in headlights look. Just, what the fuck was that? And the dad did the fucking coat hanger, or not the coat hanger, the thing where it's like on a stage. You know, where they have like, no, it's where they have
cane?
like the cane where they like yank them. It was just
oh,
kids
okay.
That's
back
funny.
to their table.
Yeah.
I was watching
I thought that was funny.
Jacob's daughter earlier this week, and we went to Safeway because I said, "Oh, what do you want to eat?" And she said sushi, like, you know, a normal kid.
A normal 6-year-old.
Hold on, wait a minute. Isn't this the same one that had sushi like 3 days in a row?
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, she wanted sushi, right?
She's on a sushi kick, yeah.
The last time I took her, we just went up to the sushi spot, grabbed prepackaged thing, whatever. But I guess she went with Jacob in between that time and this time. She's just like, "Oh, we have to tell the person this and this and this." And I was like,
She got bougie.
I was like, "We have to tell the what? So what do you mean?" She's like, "Oh, they know how to make it. We have to make sure this is." I was like, "Ellie, don't make me talk to people." So I call Lucy, Jacob's girlfriend, and I'm like, "Hey, Ellie says I have to talk to people for sushi." She's like, "Oh yeah, you just have to talk to people there and make sure to make it like this or this." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then conveniently, the time we're there, they're on their lunch break and they won't be back for 30 minutes. I was like, "Oh, Ellie, they're not gonna be back. So what else do you want to eat?" She's like, "Oh, I can just get the prepackaged one." And she grabs it. I was like, "Cool, you know, all right, sounds good."
Not picky. I like it.
And then she's like, "Oh, and we have to get my lemon too, because she likes it with lemon."
Yeah, you gotta squeeze lemon up.
So I was like, "Okay, let's go get you a lemon." So I hate sushi.
Yeah, sushi's pretty fucking nasty.
And then as we're walking to checkout, she's like, "Oh, I think we need to get Skittles for our experiment." I was like, "What experiment? No, we're not getting Skittles. I'm broke." And I just said, you know, the mom thing of we have Skittles at home.
Did we have Skittles at home?
I knew we had like a bunch of the little like snack size ones.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
But she's like, "No, we don't." I was like, "How do you know, kid? You just got here this morning." But then, you know, then we checked out, whatever. She ate her sushi.
Did you give her a little thing of Skittles?
No, oh, I was asleep, and I was like, "Oh, Ellie, there's Skittles in there." And this, like, bag of candy on my mom's desk. So.
Okay, Ellie.
Nice.
Fun kid.
She did not eat sushi this last time she was here, so we're good.
That was on
Sushi
Monday.
fiend.
Oh, shoot, that was this week.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, she's eating sushi every time then.
God damn, dude. What sushi are you? I gotta try this sushi. Holy shit, this sushi must be good.
It's like veggie sushi. So it's
like a
rice,
California roll or
seaweed.
something?
Yeah, it's like cucumber, carrots. I think avocado in there sometimes.
Okay, then that shit's I don't
eat
blame her. I don't
sushi.
blame her
I don't
then.
know.
I don't blame her then. That stuff's pretty good.
I remember the first time I asked her, I was like, "Oh, what do you want to eat?" She's like, "Sushi." And I was like, "Huh?" She's like, I'm like, "From where?" She's like, "From Sam's Club." I'm like, "Girl, I'm not driving to Sam's Club. I'll take you to Safeway, though."
So that's quite the drive.
But, yeah, you know, kids. Gotta love them.
Not Gavin.
Not Gavin, though. Gavin hates them.
I like my niece and nephew.
Me too.
Even then, sometimes I just kind of like sit there and give them like
Yeah.
my one of my classmates referred to it as the minimum wage stare. In one of their scripts that I was reading, I was his partner, and I'm reading it. I'm like, what the fuck? But it's funny that it was
minimum wage.
it was-
I know exactly.
exactly. It's like I knew
Describe it
immediately what it
perfectly,
was,
yeah.
and I'm just like, or it's like my nephew and niece are just doing something. I'm just
I don't get paid
Minimum
enough for
wage.
this.
staring at him, just like, what the fuck?
I don't get paid enough to care about this.
I can't get near my niece because the moment I try to get close to her, she just screams and runs away.
I feel that.
She hates me.
How
I
old
don't
is
know
she?
what- She is now going to be 2.
Yep, that's exactly how Ellie was to me when she was 2.
Was?
Is
She doesn't like you still?
only when I'm the only adult option. She likes me. But if there's someone else she can.
No, Ethan.
Exactly, that's what it is. It is what it is.
So just walk into the room and it's like, no.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
And then you have my nephew who called me a pussy once. Which I'm pretty sure, did I say that? Did I talk about that story
I
here?
don't think so.
Oh yeah, no. I was like, yeah, I was explaining. I'm like, oh, I didn't want to eat that or something like that because it was too hot. And my nephew from around the corner, pussy.
How old is he?
He's fucking like 5.
Savage.
And I'm just like, yo, Eli, what? And he just like, I'm like, did you just call me pussy? He, on God, goes, I didn't call you a pussy. They called you. He points to my aunt and my mom and goes, they called you a pussy.
Savage.
And this was at like a family event, so everybody just like stared. And I'm just like, Eli, what the fuck, dude? I thought it was hilarious.
Didn't you call your niece or nephew like something and then your mom got mad at you?
Oh, I cursed them.
You cursed at them?
Yeah.
Like, what'd you say?
I mean, like, Eli, like, when he was, like, younger, when we used to watch him, he would do something and be like, Eli, stop fucking doing that, you little shit. And my mom would be like, Gavin.
So I wonder where he learned to call people a pussy
Oh,
from.
I felt so proud. I felt so proud when I heard him repeat a cuss word that I said.
Oh, my
I was like,
God.
let's go. He does not curse.
Oh, he doesn't?
Often.
Often.
I mean, he hasn't cursed since.
Oh, good.
Oh.
I usually try to watch my mouth now.
Good.
Good.
When you're around kids.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. Dude around me too.
But once Mia can start talking,
Mia's his niece.
Mia's my niece.
I knew that would be instant confusion for you.
Oh, you're talking about my sister.
Oh, okay. No. Once she could start talking, I'm gonna start teaching her how to say words. I think she could say bye when she's leaving our house. She goes bye, bye.
That's so cute. Kids
And then I try
talking
to say
is
bye,
so
and then
funny.
she like puts her head into her mom, just cries.
Yeah, it happens.
Bye.
I know that all too well.
So you don't want kids, Gavin?
Not.
He wants someone
for a
else's
while.
kids.
You're
No.
your stepdaddy.
No, I'm okay with having kids, but not within the foreseeable future.
10 years.
About yeah,
Okay. Damn.
30s.
Jeez.
Who the fuck wants kids when they're 20? I can't.
Me?
You wanted that?
Expecting my first child? No, I wasn't, but I want another one.
I can see it.
Shout out, Lucy.
Oh my God, did Lucy just find out she's pregnant on the podcast?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lucy,
Congratulations, Jacob. I'll say
No,
with
but,
how
like,
adorable Ellie sounds, I can imagine it.
I like being young and able to do like fun stuff and still.
Well, there was one time.
I feel like I'm getting old already, and I'm like 25, so I can only imagine when I'm like 30s.
Did you just say you're 25?
I am 25.
I thought you were like 22.
Oh, you are 25.
We're like almost 20. Fuck.
Oh my gosh.
There was one time that Mia
I was doing
did
the
let me
math.
hold
I was
her.
like, oh, you are 25. I thought you were like 26.
Mia did let me hold her once, and she like fell asleep while I was like holding her. And I'm like, I was like, resist the urge, baby. I was like, so what is that called? Baby fever or something
Baby
like that?
fever.
Mm-hmm.
She just fell asleep on me, and she was like snoring, and I was like, you're adorable.
Angry about it.
Yeah.
I couldn't put her down. What was I
Just
supposed to do?
wake her up so that she cries, and then that baby fever will go away.
Yeah. Then she starts crying. I'm like, never mind. No thanks. Then you got to change the diaper, and it's not fun anymore.
So you just need to be rich enough to pay for someone else to raise your kids.
I'm not rich enough to have kids myself, let alone have someone pay for them or pay somebody to take care of them.
Yeah, we got you. All right. Let's do the Gavin versus Wild, which is something new under the sun.
Something old.
This last Gavin versus Wild was a tie.
Crazy.
So real quick, I want you to list the people that didn't vote for me.
What?
The votes disappear after 48 hours.
You little shit. I know you can find out.
I can, actually. I'll just let you know if anyone in your family voted against you. They usually never do, but
Let me know if anybody that I know voted against me.
I vote.
Lucy always votes against you, but she hasn't been on Instagram.
Lucy, why?
So that's a vote that you're getting then. Gosh, Gavin.
What the well, why did she not like me? What did I do?
Joseph Morales voted for the Raptors.
Joe.
I also voted. For
And
the Toronto
Joe.
Raptors.
Joe also voted for the Raptors.
What the? Unshout out Joe.
And then Mia, our sister, voted for the Raptors.
What the fuck, dude? I hate you guys.
But
I'm Team Raptor as well.
Anthony and Megan voted.
Nagging?
Anthony and Maggie voted for you.
Cool.
I'm Team Gavin, actually.
But did you vote for Team Gavin?
Team Raptors.
You little fucker. Why? Your one vote could have made me win.
I forgot to vote on
Or
that one, and I would have
lose.
voted for you,
I would have voted for Raptors.
but it's closed, so
Maybe we reopen it.
it was a tie.
Yep, you get a tie on your record.
It's a tie.
So what happens?
Wear that proudly. That's what happens.
Do I kill like 2 of them and then we just stare down the last one and we just turn around and walk away?
Maybe we'll revisit it later on.
We can revisit it with a twist, with a spice.
Yeah, I have force powers this time.
Oh,
Cage
okay.
match.
I have
And the
force lightning.
Raptors are cyborgs.
Do I have force lightning?
No,
That's a force power.
but you don't have it
What?
because you're a good guy.
Okay, let's pitch this slightly different. Gavin versus Wild, right?
Oh yeah, go ahead and pitch it. What is it?
So we're gonna try something a little bit different. We've come up with the animal,
Oh yes,
And-
we have.
Gavin's incredible tools that he will be given. This week we're doing the world famous dog breed of Pitbull,
Not the singer.
Mr.
not
Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. And then
I'm
Gavin,
gonna put him in the thumbnail.
armed with all your knowledge and strength, you also get a pitchfork.
Let's go.
And what we'll do, Gavin, you argue your case. Ethan here will argue the case for the Pitbull.
Can I have a nuke?
You get a pitchfork.
Oh.
Ethan will argue the case for the animal, this case being the Pitbull, and I will mediate the discussion. He will try to win over the audience and those on Instagram.
So who goes first? I go first. Who talks first? I talk first. You talk first.
Okay, Moon Knight.
You get inspiration.
Let's go. I win then. What the fuck? I missed an attack roll. I re-roll the attack roll.
Pit bulls are less than 6% of all dog breeds in the USA, and pit bulls also bite more humans than any other breed.
They're misunderstood. Just kidding. I hate pit bulls.
In the
Except
10
for-
years from 2009 to 2018, pit bulls killed or maimed 3,569 people in the USA and Canada. They killed over 80% of all Americans who were killed by dogs.
Jesus Lord. What year is this? Is this from?
That is a
2018.
large majority of violent dog deaths.
What are non-violent dog deaths?
Yeah.
Poisoning?
How would they poison you?
I don't
By
know.
biting you?
No, putting it in your soup or something. I don't know.
Fuck. I hate when that happens.
When they attack, pit bulls kill or maul their owners or the owner's family members more than half the time pit bulls attack.
Jesus.
Nice.
So don't own pit
It's
bulls.
friendly fire.
But
Yep.
Gavin has a pitchfork.
Gavin does have a pitchfork. Pit bulls are the number one canine killers of women and girls, killing more than half of the females killed by a dog. I feel like that's obvious compared to the other statistic. Interesting.
Gavin, what's your case?
They're the number one canine killers.
What is my case?
Yeah, how are you going to take this thing down?
Sharp stick. That's how you beat pretty much any animal. Sharp stick.
Oh, okay.
So I
Not
think
a hippo, though, right?
No.
You could beat a hippo, though, with a sharp stick.
Sharp stick?
Yeah.
This has got to be quite the sharp fucking stick.
You got
But-
3 sharp sticks.
A pitchfork gives me a lot of range, and a pitchfork is also pretty goddamn sharp. So while a pit bull's skull is pretty thick, it's not going to be thick enough to just take a strike from a pitchfork like that. So I think I just got to wait for it to come after me, and I just stick it in front of me, and the pit bull's going to impale itself because the pit bulls they're dogs, stupid. So pretty much, yeah. And then if that fails and it gets close to me, I just twist the pitchfork sideways and use the stick to prevent the dog from biting me.
Okay.
Oh, the sideways option, huh?
Otherwise, I think pitchfork, I think 1 or 2 good stabs. I could probably get like 1 or 2 stabs before the pit bull gets close.
You've swayed me a bit.
I think if I got 1 stab on that pit bull, the pit bull would probably be like, damn, I don't know if I want to do this shit no more. And at that point, I just go offense and just stab him 3 or 4 more times.
Wow. Brutal.
How long is a pitchfork? Do you know?
We can find out.
It's like the size of, it's like a broom at
Yeah.
that point, right?
Good couple.
So it's a good couple feet that I have. And I'm probably going to be, I'm bloodlusted too because I don't want to fucking die.
Absolutely.
So I'm definitely getting at least 2 or 3 strikes before the pit bull reaches me, and then I just go to my tactic of preventing it. Which at that point, I just stall out until he bleeds.
Cool. Good argument.
It's a good tactic, Gavin. However, pit bulls are insanely strong in the jaws and neck area.
Correct.
They are really good at, it says here, like tug of war when you play tug of war with a dog. They're really good at pulling. They do especially well. And I think the pit bull, it says here, is the #1 dog in like pulling competitions when they pull objects away. The force of its jaw is immense that it can break a leg bone. Just the bite can break your bone.
Jeez.
Are we talking like the femur or are we talking like the shin bone?
By looking at this, I would guess the shin bones.
Tibia and fibula.
So
right.
when we're doing pitchfork, are we doing like a modern pitchfork or are we doing like Pilgrim era pitchfork? Because I mean, if this is like a metal pitchfork, then the dog, it doesn't matter how strong the dog is, it's not biting through this.
You get
like,
metal at the end, but it's a wooden shaft.
But it's a wooden shaft. Even then, this is a pretty thick thing of wood, like, and it's usually hardwood. I don't know what kind of wood. I think it just differs, but
You get a mahogany one.
then
It's been
yeah, I
passed
think
down from your family.
so. It's an old one. It's not modern. So then yeah, the Pitbull would probably break through it.
Damn.
But
Your family heirloom.
either way, it's like it's. You said good pull contest, but I mean, I don't know. It's not gonna pull the weapon away from me.
What
All right, Ethan. As
It's not gonna be that smart.
as
to
the
do
one
that.
in the Pitbull's corner.
is it? It's a metal pitchfork, right?
It's metal prongs.
Damn.
So
Wait, metal prongs?
yes,
Yes.
What about the handle?
the handle's wood, but it's thick. It's not like a stick. It's pretty round. It's pretty robust.
So is your bone.
True.
Bite on that, maybe? I can
Unless
see that happening.
Unless I
Alright,
stabbed
Ethan.
it through the fucking mouth.
As the one in the Pitbull's corner. Coach this dog through it. Backyard barbecue.
Bark, bark.
Gavin's enjoying a hot dog by the pool when suddenly this pit bull goes crazy.
There are
Bursts through the back gate.
There are
goes
two
straight for him.
And I have to-
Undefended babies.
And I'm in
behind
this
me. I have to
barbecue like,
protect
okay,
them.
Pitbull, this is how you're going to do it.
Yes, exactly. Gavin has a hot dog. He just drops it in the pool. He doesn't care about it anymore. The closest thing he
Damn.
can
Like
find is
Spider-Man?
his family's heirloom pitchfork, and he grabs it.
Right off my back.
Just
Do I
pulls
like?
it out of his jacket.
Can I do like
It's-
a Thor's hammer where I just call
No,
to
it's
it?
in your favorites.
Comes out of the
So you
shed.
just you pull it up.
It's in your favorites. Yeah, this Pitbull's going to charge at you, Gavin, and it's really fast. How fast can Pitbulls run?
I'd say close to
I
like
mean,
25 miles per hour, probably.
Well, I mean, I see it coming, so
Yeah.
it's not like a gun where I have to like ready and aim.
Yep.
It's just
25 to 30 miles per hour.
so it's
Wow.
going to impale itself that fast onto that pitchfork.
So you're just going to do that, and it's going to...
So
It's
one thing, one thing,
aim it.
I don't think the dog is that smart enough. So one thing they used to do for like cavalry charges is they would have pikes, long spears. You just stick it in front, horse runs into it, impales itself, and then dies. It's probably gonna be the same thing, only instead of a long pike, it's 3 short ones. And
I've
chances
also-
are, if the dog is running, it's gonna head first into
I've also
that.
seen Pitbulls jump. Has pretty good...
If I laid it in front, sure, it would probably jump, but I don't think the Pitbulls... All the Pitbull attacks I've seen, they just run and then jump to bite. But,
They can jump up to 13 feet in the air.
well, yeah, when they're running over something, but attacking something, I don't think they're going to jump that high. If it did, it would just jump over me and just stab upward.
Oh, just stab it.
I don't know. It's going to impale itself. I don't think it knows what a pitchfork is. If this thing was like as smart as me, then I'd say, yeah, I'm fucked, probably.
I think even if you impale this thing, it's going to get a good hit off before it lies down.
Well, that depends. It depends on where I hit it. Because if I stuck it right through the fucking head, like, I think it stops right there. Because I think at that point, the Pitbull is probably going to try to get away.
Yeah, my problem with that sentence is you said if. So I don't know.
Well, if that's what I'm saying. If
don't
it's
know.
either way, what I'm doing is I'm standing my ground and waiting.
I
The
respect
dog
that.
is coming me forward. So, I mean, there's only one. I'm either hitting it in the face or I'm hitting it in the neck. And those are both pretty lethal areas to get stabbed
I
through.
respect it.
Which is why I said, like, I don't think I would hold it right there. But after that point, it's just a matter of waiting out until it bleeds to death.
Respect. You've swayed me. I'm Team Gavin on this one.
I think I'm Team Gavin, too. The way he's
You presented a great
presented
argument.
itself. It's the best argument you've presented.
I think it's a fair fight. I think
I think
a pit bull could definitely demolish you while you're eating your hot dog. But
yeah, if I wasn't paying
I think
attention.
one wrong move on your end, you're done for.
Yeah.
once it gets a hold like one of your hands, it's gone. You can't one-hand a pitchfork.
You grab, like,
Nah, it just doesn't
You try. They're
But
not that heavy. How heavy is a
A
pitchfork?
pitchfork is curved. It's not just straight on prongs.
Yes.
It's curved like a fork or like a shovel with the prongs.
Ah.
So when you hold it like that, it kind of has to be at an angle. It's not just straight.
So a pitchfork is around like 2 to 3 pounds.
Not bad.
I think I could one-hand that.
Pitbull's around 60 pounds.
Yeah, I don't think I could
You
one-hand
know,
a
you know those like thick dogs, like when you pet them, you have to like you hit them on the side, not even like pet. You're just like this big pat on
yeah,
the
you gotta
solid
pat.
muscle. Yeah,
I do that to
Smack
my.
it like a bag of mulch.
exactly.
It's funny that you said Skittles because my Anthony's dog Skittles is part Pitbull, and that's what I do all the time. She comes up to me and I just
Yeah,
just,
you
like
just hit them
on the sides.
Yeah.
I hate
thick and
Pitbulls.
dense.
I hate Pitbulls except for the Pitbulls that I've met. If that makes sense.
I hate pitbulls except for the pitbulls I've met.
Because the Pitbulls I've met are sweethearts. But
It's the ones I haven't met.
100% of pitbulls I've met are sweethearts, but I hate pitbulls. Huh?
I would never own a Pitbull.
I don't think I would either.
I want like a corgi
They're cool.
I
But
want a
like,
border collie so bad.
or a border collie. Border collies would be cool.
Great Dane.
Hell no. You
German Shepherd.
seen the size of them shits?
They're huge.
Scooby.
Paul's dog Achilles. It's his birthday today. Shout out Achilles.
Happy birthday.
Birthday Achilles.
8.
Hope you get a nice pork ear.
Achilles, super cool dog. Jacob doesn't like him as
He's
much.
so dumb. Paul knows. I tell him all the time. He's got like this. He's like kind of, I don't know, maybe he's about normal size for a German Shepherd, but like Kylo
Big,
as a
yeah.
husky is small, so maybe that's my reference. But he's like big, and his head is just disproportional. His head is bigger than his body. Like he's just got a huge head, and how when he looks at you and he tilts his head and his tongue's out, and he's really hyper. I just call he's just dumb. And Paul agrees with me for the most part. Love him to death though.
Aw,
What a
that's
cutie.
adorable. How can you hate that?
He's so funny. I've only met him a couple times, but he's adorable.
Good dog.
And then Kylo over here in hibernation,
Yeah.
like a third of the size of a normal husky.
She's a
She know
runt.
how to eat, sleep, and then
Yes.
maul fits.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
That's
then
all you
fight
need.
fits. Fight fits.
That's all you really need.
I don't know if I've asked this. Have they ever tried to like mate since
Yep.
they're
All the
they
time.
have?
Yeah.
So they'll just kill each other and they'll be like, all right, make up.
Well, like Fitz will try to mount her, but he can't reach her, so he's just humping air.
It'll be like that sometimes.
And sometimes she'll like lay on her back, and he'll.
All right. All right. Anyway.
They used to have late night rendezvous all the time.
Speaking of Brokeback Mountain,
Was that before or after she tore his eye out?
That was after.
Oh, okay. He was still willing to go
He was a
for it.
one-eyed Willie.
yeah, you would just hear like the doggy door in the back like flop, and then Fitz would be like, "Oh, what was that?" And jump down. And,
It's time.
It's time.
hey, yo, girl, we meeting up.
That's so funny. Just those weird relationships. You're like, huh? How does that work?
That's why it's like.
SpongeBob and Patrick.
That's why, like, what did I saw like a Chihuahua and a Pitbull mix. And I'm just like, how? How did that happen?
It wasn't consensual.
I just like, was the male a Chihuahua or a Pitbull? Either way, it doesn't look good.
Okay.
It's like imagine a male.
A male Chihuahua.
Imagine a male Pitbull and a female Chihuahua. Like
That's
that's just not
I
working.
reference you back to my earlier statement.
Fuck.
Okay, so Gavin versus Wild. Be sure to vote on our Instagram story. Vote the poll of Gavin versus a Pitbull. And then let's get into the DaJakey Factuality of the week.
Nice. I do actually have one prepared.
Naturally.
So, did you guys know if I said, what's the perfect predator in the animal kingdom?
Crocodile.
Humans.
Crocodile.
No.
Mosquitoes.
Okay, maybe you guys wouldn't guess that.
Sloth bear.
It's not crocodile.
No.
The perfect predator.
Sharks.
I don't think so. They get killed a lot.
By boats? Humans hunting them? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sharks are the perfect predator. How long would you say that they have been in the ocean?
Oh, that's
Evolving.
good.
Are we including like Megalodon?
Yeah, like sharks.
Yeah, like
400 million days or years?
That is very close.
420 million years.
Close, very close.
What
yeah.
was your
That's a
original
good
one?
guess.
400 million.
400 million.
That was my original.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna stick with 420.
Yeah, Gavin is really close. It is, in fact, 450 million years.
Yeah,
They've been in the oceans and evolving.
and that's why Gavin succumbed to the sharkussy.
Exactly.
You can't pass it up.
Most consider sharks to be the perfect predators.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I don't go to the ocean as often as I would like to, because I'm in Arizona.
Landlocked would be, one issue. That's the DaJakey Factuality. Sticking
like
it in
that.
the animal kingdom.
Wow. Sharks are the perfect predator. Can't believe they killed Arnold Schwarzenegger like that. That's unfortunate. All right. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube, One-Eyed Fits, and follow our Instagram account, OEF White Noise and OEF Studios. We're available on YouTube for the podcast or on Spotify. We finally got our Spotify fixed, guys.
Whoa.
Finally, after all this time. It was just a simple simple thing, and all it took was
issue.
an email. So, it happens, and I appreciate your patience, but we are now up on Spotify for all our Spotify listeners.
All 12 of them.
All 12 of them. We have more than that, Gavin.
Do we?
I don't know. All the stats are gone because I had to delete them.
If anything, I would think it's less.
Why don't you shut your mouth? We did get a lot of Spotify listeners going over to YouTube because it wasn't available on Spotify. So, look at that. So go back to Spotify. Just kidding. Be sure to like and comment your thoughts. If you leave a comment, there's a chance it might be read. Let's see. Last week's.
There was one.
I don't think there was one either.
Leave a comment.
I'm going to assume that last week's episode was a coffee break for the audience, because what the fuck, guys?
Yeah, guys, you hurt my feelings. You hurt Gavin's feelings. He's gonna be at your house now. So I'll say this, on our episode 25, we got a new comment. This is our most recent comment, but it was from episode a couple weeks ago. Lady M says, Chili's is the best, way better than Applebee's. I have to disagree with that.
Absolutely.
Incorrect.
Banned from the show. All right. So be sure to leave a comment for a chance of it being read. Subscribe, like, share with your friends. Spread the word, because Gavin doesn't pay my bills anymore.
Nope.
Yep, he cut me off. But we'll see how that ends on the movie of the week for next week, Brokeback Mountain. Song of the week, Gavin, what do we got?
So, speaking of Pitbull, we're going to go with the Pitbull song. Shout out Abru, one of my family friends. She fucking loves Pitbull for some reason. That is like her crush. I can't see it.
Mr. Worldwide.
I can't see it. Anyway, it's Time of Our Lives, Pitbull and Neo.
All right. So be sure to check that out for the song of the week. Right now, me and Gavin have to go figure out what a Brokeback Mountain is.